Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have ourselves a 1v1 on Langreskaya. Our heroes today are going to be HappyPhace, playing for the Soviets, and his opponent is going to be HOI-GhostEddy, playing for the Germans. You can see their names right there. Let's close that out. Now, well, let's talk about our players before we do anything about the game. Takes a little bit for it to start, right? So, GhostEddy, the one that we're looking at right now, he is currently ranked, at the time of casting this, 100 for the German. So, top 100. There you go. Exactly 100. So, we'll probably change by the time this comes out, but yeah. German play 100. HappyPhace, for his part, is currently ranked, at the time of casting this, 57 for his Soviet play, so almost half outranks him. But anyways, so we see that right off the bat, both players have actually selected their Doctrine. So we have HappyPhace going for the Armored Assault Tactics, while GhostEddy went for the Lightning War Doctrine. HappyPhace as well opened up with a Tier 1, which you don't see all the time, but it is something that has been happening recently. Opens up with Tier 1 into a Conscript, and then straight on to a Scout Car from Tier 1, which is interesting. I mean, we've seen opening with Penals and Snipers, but not Scout Car yet, so we'll see how that works out. GhostEddy, well, he just went for, Tier 1 like you would expect, and getting himself, not Grenadiers, actually. He gets a Grenadier squad right now, finally, but he actually opens with an MG42. MG42 currently in the center, the Scout Car. Excellent choice there to counter that MG42 instantly, as it manages to just simply drive through its arc of fire, get behind it, and start laying in the hurt. And you can see there the MG42 taking quite a bit of damage, losing one man already. Pyro squad moving into support, the MG42 setting itself up once again to shoot at the Scout Car. Scout Car taking damage, down to about half health. But of course, it's, it's a vehicle, so it's able to actually absorb that damage and make it out of there without much of an issue. Center map, Conscripts just capping. We see a Penal Battalion followed up from Tier 1. And, well, I would assume he's probably going to be wanting to get a Flamethrower on that Penal Battalion and put that in the Scout Car. That is the highest DPS that he could wish for, so I'm assuming that's what he's doing. Second Combat Engineer, however, is being produced, so we might actually see the Combat Engineer being used in the Scout Car instead. But, well, there you go. So Scout Car forced off, as it does get brought down to about 10% health, a little bit more, but too low in health to stay in the field. MG42 and Pyos force away the Conscripts. We do have a Grand Squad nearby, opening up on the Conscripts as they move away. The Penal Battalion at range, shooting as much as they can, however they are not in cover, and the Grands and Pyos are in heavy cover, so the Penals will lose that fight very easily. Combat Engineers back at base, repairing the Scout Car. Will take a little bit, but they'll get there. And more Grins are coming onto the field for GhostEddy as he continues to produce them and currently has 2 squads on the field, one of them coming out of the field, out of the base right now. Left-hand side, Combat Engineers still being used to cap. They actually finished their capping order without really any opposition, and they found themselves for a second there with nothing to do, really. Grens move in their direction, take some pot shots as they run away, but they actually miss. You can see there they did not take any damage. Center map. Grand Squad just sitting around. MG42 moved up, covering the entire approach. Penal Battalion setting itself up behind the hedge, just did not take any damage. And out from the base comes the Scout Car with the Flamethrower Combat Engineer, so very nice. And we see a Sniper getting produced for HappyPhace, so not bad at all. It's an interesting choice. Conscripts over on the right-hand side, actually baiting, it looks like. He has the Scout Car a little bit behind him, going for the cap of that point, assuming that GhostEddy will probably move something in this direction to try to counter it. Moves up into the center, notices the MG42, takes a couple shots, but an approaching Pyo and Grand Squad force the Scout Car to, well, keep itself at bay. It could move in, to try to Flamethrower, but it risks itself getting Fausted, and the Scout Car is very weak to Panzer Fausted. Almost dies to 1, and considering the health that it has, I think it would probably get 1 shot there. Flamethrower moves up as the Grens moved away, takes a little bit of a burst on the MG42. MG42 brought down to 1 man. Penal Battalion could potentially push up now. Combat Engineers moving up to get a flank on that MG42. MG42 will probably have to get moved. Right-hand side, Conscripts continue to cap as Grens move in to engage them. Center map, MG42 getting taken. Taken down, that is. Grand Squad really not able to pick it up as they would, lose themselves in the MG42. get lost in its size and such, but you know, such is the way. Penal Battalion, right across the gap in the hedge. We do see a mine laid down there for HappyPhace, so very nice. Grand Squad does lay in the herd a little bit on those guys. Well, 2 Grand Squads, that is. And they take some damage. Sniper moves up, takes a shot at the Grenadier Squad, down to 2 men, forced to retreat. Scout car still in the center. We have the Penal Battalion nearby. It could actually go pick up the MG42. However, it will actually take damage here from the Grand Squad and potentially lose itself. Oh, this is very risky. I don't like it. Oh, rifle nade goes off. Hits the MG42. The Penal Battalion retreats. Barely makes it out of there. The MG42 is trying to get picked up. The Grand Squad is moving in to intercept it. It is a 2-man Grand Squad. Might be able to take it out, but nope, does not. HappyPhace manages to steal the MG42 just barely. With Penal Battalions nonetheless, so that's actually going to be a little bit more expensive to reinforce, I believe. Pretty sure it actually keeps the cost there, 22, and here, yeah, 22, so it is exactly the same unit. It'll get the same values. Conscripts would have been better in that situation, but, you know, it's not too bad. It's only 22. The conscripts are, what, 20? So, you know, with the adjustment and cost of those Penal Battalions, they don't actually cost too much to reinforce now, so you can't actually, you know, just reinforce them as you normally would. You can save yourself a little bit in manpower, but, you know, it's not too important nowadays with the changes. Sniper in the center, takes a shot, nails one of the... Was that a Gren or a Pio? I think it... Well, I don't know. But forced away, considering everything was on top of it. Scout car taking quite a bit of damage, forced to back off, makes it all the way back to almost to the mouth of the base. And the combat engineers inside, well, they pop out and make some repairs. Change some tires, you know... Change the oil, put in some headlight fluid and such. Penal Battalion on the right-hand side, engaging against some Grens. They are doing quite a bit of damage. The Grand Squad is forced to retreat. There it goes. Center map. Scout car now on the field for GhostEddy as Tier 2 has gone down. And that Scout car will do quite a bit of damage to these conscripts. The conscripts are getting also attacked by 2 Grenadier squads at the same time. Oh, a very nice rifle nade goes off on that Grand Squad. Veteran C2 acquired, forces away the conscripts down to 2 men each. We do have the stolen MG42 trying to stop the approach. It will actually do damage to the scout car, although it's not going to stop it. But it will, you know, put it in risk. Sniper forced to back off as it does not want to get killed by the scout car. And the MG42 might actually get taken out here. It will, in fact. There it goes. Scout car just a beast there with its main weapon. Does a lot of damage. Scout car makes itself known on the right-hand side. The German scout car moves in for the kill, but it gets a little bit interrupted there by combat engineers. And the Grens will go for the steal back on that MG42. MG42 is no longer HappyPhaces. It is getting shot up here by conscripts, and the sniper is nearby. I actually never put the hotkey on the sniper. What is wrong with me? I should do that. There you go. So the sniper is unable to get the kill on the MG42 as it backs off with only 2 men remaining, or well, still with 2 men remaining. Scout car pushes up a little bit aggressively against the German. Scout car takes a couple shots from the autocannon directly, taking a lot of damage. Scout car, however, is now veteran C2. And yeah, no additional tech so far for HappyPhace. We still have only Tier 2, obviously, for GhostEddy. GhostEddy not getting anything else from Tier 2, no Panzer Grenadiers or anything. Considering there is a sniper on the field, I guess, you know, that's why he wouldn't want to go for the Panzer Grenadiers. That is a lot of manpower bleed, but no half-track or anything like that just yet. Half-track, I think, would be kind of useful, but we'll see what his plan is and what he decides to go for. Down south, conscripts building a sandbag wall while under fire. They managed to erect it, but they take a lot of damage there, and they're down to 5 men between 2 squads. Snipers move up a little bit, but well, they notice, wait, that is a scout car. As good as we are at shooting stuff, we can't actually destroy the scout car in one shot. Down to about half health on that scout car. Pio squad is moving down to try to help it out and repair it. We'll repair it on the field, which is risky, but very brave and very bold. Very good when it works out, obviously. And it will work out here because they're fine. Mines laid down in some places. Still no baiting over here. This mine over here did not get the scout car, unfortunately. And the Grens push all the way forward. Grens now with G43s. This is a veteran C2 squad. They got that nice little rifle nade going off there on the conscripts, and well, they got not promoted, but they got rewarded with G43s. Left-hand side, scout car just moving to approach a different flank. Pios getting pushed away by some combat engineers with flamethrowers. And mines also laid down all over the approaches here. Very nice. Scout car might actually get taken out. Here we see somebody hitting the mine. That was a Pio squad. Scout car moves over to the left-hand side. Not going to go for the bait. The Soviet scout car back a little bit behind. The sniper is in the base, so it's not really going to take much damage. And the scout car pushes up against all those Grens, but it's not able to force them away. Combat engineer squad. The scout car is going to go for the mine. Well, it does, actually. I thought it was going to be able to dodge it, but no. Takes a nasty shot there on the mine, almost completely disabled. Heavy engine damage and down to a sliver of health. We see the Grens moving in that direction. One Gren squad gets brought down to one man, almost got chased down. And the combat engineers over here could actually be used to take out this scout car. They only need to nail it a little bit with their damage, but it looks like the Soviet scout car will be the one to come in and finish the fight. No, actually it only ends up getting itself almost potentially killed. And it decides to back off. Conscripts decide, you know what, we have to go kill that scout car. This is the, it's a pickup that we can't really afford to let it pass. And the combat engineers decide to engage the scout car. They're getting themselves wrecked. The flamethrower is the only one that decides to shoot. Conscripts push forward, get right on top of the scout car. They're going to just throw... Ooh, that was an unfortunate decision there for HappyPhace. He decides to throw the 18-8, but a couple shots from before the 18-8 got tossed actually killed the crew inside and abandoned the scout car. That might have been a nice pickup there for HappyPhace, but... C'est la vie, and that is what happened. Sandbag, potentially being used, you know, in HappyPhace's... I forgot exactly what I want to say, you know, against them, but I don't know, whatever. Conscripts in the center going for the victory point. Victory point wise, we've got 400 for HappyPhace, 458 still for GhostEddy, so he's not too worried. Tier 3 going down already, or gone down, for GhostEddy with a Panzer IV underway. Should be hitting the field in a matter of seconds. No additional tech. Well, actually, we do have Tier 2 for HappyPhace, so it looks like he is going to rely on his call-ins, considering that the armored assault tactics doctrine, or well, armored assault tactics, give you the ability to call in T-34-85s and the IS-2, so that's very strong. It's a very strong doctrine, or commander, I should say. So yeah, he goes for Tier 2 so he can get himself some AT guns. AT gun already out on the field, nothing for it to shoot at, but the Panzer IV is coming down the field, and well, that's something for it to shoot at, right? Rifle nade going off on the AT gun. The AT gun gets nailed there a little bit. Second shot goes off, down to 2 men. Gonna get cleared out here by the Grens. G43s on these Grens are gonna do a lot of damage. Both Grens, and there goes the AT gun. AT gun still on the side of the field for HappyPhace. However, the Panzer IV is moving down. And if GhostEddy is... No, he's not. Okay. Well, it looks like he's gonna go straight on. Personally, if I were GhostEddy, I would probably destroy the AT gun just to make sure that I don't have to deal with it. Right-hand side, the scout car is harassing, and it takes out the MG42, so it looks like the Panzer IV is going to decide to focus on that and try to take out the scout car, but the scout car gets itself to the edge of the map and then moves back, evading the Panzer IV altogether. AT gun still on the field. Like I said, that Panzer IV could do with just simply moving up and taking some shots at the recruit gun and destroying it, but, well, it's not going to happen. MG42 getting recruited there by the Grens. The conscripts managed to move themselves outside of the arc of fire, one of them getting suppressed as they barely cross the arc of fire, but the MG42 gets picked up and moved out of the way. AT gun now recovered by HappyPhace. That is why he should have actually shot at it. And there he goes. AT gun moves back. The Penal Battalion trying to stop the approaching Pios, and the Pios get destroyed with a flamethrower getting dropped. That's very nice. Penal Battalion could get upgraded with 2 flamethrowers. Just FYI. So that would be nice. Penal Battalion gets its flamethrower upgrade and then picks up a flamethrower. Double flames, then put those on a scout car or something like that. Yeah. Anyways, AT gun getting flanked here by the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV now finally deciding to shoot at the gun that it should have shot when it was decrewed and destroyed it, but it is managing to get a nice circle strafe on it and should be able to decrew it. Nothing there nearby to support. Conscripts moving down. They will be able to get an 18-8 off on the Panzer IV now, and the scout car actually decides to put itself in the way, getting itself destroyed, and the combat engineers are forced to retreat. 18-8 goes off on the Panzer IV, bounces off the frontal armor, and the conscripts now find themselves in a very awkward situation where they can't really do much. They decide to pick up the flamethrower, and are probably going to run away. Conscript Squad with the Flamethrower, not too bad, but come on, double Flamethrower penals? That would have been amazing. Sniper, right-hand side moving out. Far right-hand side, another Conscript Squad going for the cap. We still have no medics, it looks like. No, yeah, we do have medics, actually. It's interesting. A lot of units are coming out a little bit damaged, but I guess it's just the speed at which they're coming out. AT gun, still alive. Again. Wait, actually, no, that's a brand new AT gun. Or is that a brand new AT gun? No, this is not the brand new AT gun. It's still alive, however. So yeah, I mean, that is, you know, a situation that GhostEddy could have avoided himself if he had just simply destroyed the AT gun. He has the ability to produce his own pack gun, so he really didn't need to keep it alive to have one himself. So yeah, that. Hopefully, for GhostEddy, it's not gonna come back to bite him in the ass. So AT guns on the right hand side, running into some grens, forced to just back off. More mines getting laid down. Oops, sorry about the lag there. More mines getting laid down by HappyPhace in the middle of the road. Very nice. Very defensive mines. He's not being able to get a chance to go aggressive with the mines. Although he does have a combat engineer squad in the center. He could actually lay down some mines around here. This approach right here, this choke point right here is very nice. So we'll see if he does that. And on the far north, we have the Penal Battalion just moved to cap. Penal Battalion has not done too much, unless that's a brand new one, but I don't think it is. At least I haven't noticed. Conscripts getting shot at from all sides with G43s. Flamethrowers do go off, however, and the flamethrower gets ignited, and the conscript squad almost dies. Down to one man, barely makes it out. Conscripts Ura forward to try to get in the way of those G43 shots, absorbing some damage for their comrades. And they actually managed to force away the Grenadiers, both down to 2 men each, and they're off of the field. Up in the north, Penal Battalion going for the cutoff. They run into some Grents and the Panzer IV. They have to get out of there now, or they're going to get shot up. They're dead. I don't think they're going to make it out. Down to 2 men. G43s fly. Panzer IV shoots. But a combat engineer squad looks like it's actually going to sacrifice itself for the Penal Battalion, and it'll make it out. Combat engineer squad down to 2 men. Hits retreat. Panzer IV chasing it down. I don't think it's going to make it alive. Shot flies, misses, but down goes the combat engineer. Panzer IV does run itself straight into the AT guns. Both AT guns taking some shots. The Panzer IV taking a lot of damage. Conscripts Ura forward. The Panzer IV forced to back off. And the Pios and Garens, plus the MG42, trying to hold the line. Second Panzer IV, however, on the field for GhostEddy. HappyPhace needs something, and he needs it now. He does have enough fuel to call in, well, whatever he wants, either the IS-2 or the T-34-85 combat group. However, excuse me. However, the factor here is the manpower. He still needs a little bit more than 200. Panzer IV pushes forward, runs straight into the AT gun, gets AT-nated and, well, not destroyed, but it damages its engine. Now limping its way back. MG42 trying to defend it, and it manages to keep a conscript squad at bay. AT gun pushes forward. It goes a little bit too bold and runs into a Gren squad. Does not manage to get in range to throw another shot at the Panzer IV. It shoots at the AT gun instead and misses. And the Grens are just shooting at them as much as they can. Sniper still on the field now with 19 kills to its name. Getting some shots off on approaching infantry. There is an MG42 there set up. It's taking some shots. More Grens moving down. Grens could throw a rifle nade, and they will. No, they won't. Sniper retreating, conscripts retreating, AT gun retreating, everything retreating. So, HappyPhace is not in a good position right now as far as control. But, fortunately for him, GhostEddy does not seem very fond of going for decaps and cutting off territories and recapping the left-hand side. I mean, he is just sitting on his side of the map and repairing and capping and making sure that he has his side. So that is allowing HappyPhace to get resources, and, well, that means an IS-2 is now in his face. So the IS-2 moves forward, runs over some mines, runs into some Grens, and the Grens get shot, losing 2 of their men. The whole machine gun and the gunner on top, taking some shots. And the Panzer IVs are not going to be enough to take on this lumbering giant. Breaks through the hedge, opening up the map. Faust goes off, gets the crit on the engine. That is quite unfortunate there for HappyPhace. Shot going to go off on the IS-2. Grenadiers retreating. They manage to dodge the shot. Shot flies, hits the MG42. MG42 down to 1 man. The sniper is moving into the field. Can I get a shot out on the MG42? The MG42 does not move. It is set up to cover the left-hand approach. Opens up on the approaching infantry, but a shot from the sniper goes off and it kills it. The AT gun and the IS-2 are sitting nearby. We do have a pack gun on the field for GhostEddy. Panzer IV pushes forward. The AT gun shooting at the Panzer IV. The IS-2 now going to focus on the Panzer IV. Turns its turret, turns itself around the Panzer IV blitzkrieg to get itself out of the way. Will be able to shoot at the rear armor. No, the IS-2 turns its hull completely, accelerating the turn rate of his turret, and gets a shot off on the Panzer IV, and down goes one Panzer IV. Unfortunate there for GhostEddy. AT gun still managing to shoot at stuff. We have another MG42 as this one is decrewed. Conscripts push forward as the Panzer IV up in the north shoots at them. The MG42 managing to just sit there. IS-2 crawling in that direction. Gonna try to clear out that MG42. We do need some combat engineers. We have combat engineers. One of them is actually coming down the field right now, so they'll be able to get some repairs off on that IS-2. And the sniper pushes forward as a pack gun moves in to intercept and is going to try to take out that IS-2. The IS-2 backs off. The sniper is in position. Shots go off from the G43s, killing the spotter for the sniper. The Panzer IV pushes forward straight through two AT guns. Gets right on top of that IS-2. The IS-2 getting shot at from the pack gun. The Panzer IV getting shots on the rear armor of the IS-2. The IS-2 loses its self. And AT guns get decrewed and the Panzer IV gets abandoned. Ooh. That's an interesting situation. Grens, they might actually just Faust it. We'll see. AT gun still there on the field. We do have the pack gun. The pack gun should potentially just shoot at the carcass of the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is going to get recruited here by conscripts. Not exactly sure why GhostEddy would allow this. Panzer IV now acquired. That means that GhostEddy now HappyPhace now has a tank. The tank didn't even lose its engine, so it moves itself back, gets into base, and will get recovered. AT guns are still alive. Once again, the pack gun could just simply start shooting at the AT guns to destroy it. Keep that in mind. Just if you can't get your enemy's weapons, just destroy them. You know, if you can steal them, great. If you can't, just deny it to your enemy. It's better. Always is going to be better. Penal Battalion going to the center of Victory Point. Victory points are 315 for HappyPhace, 411 for GhostEddy. Left-hand side, some Grens are capping, so GhostEddy finally capping the left-hand side, although he decides to abandon it and go for the center victory point. Penal Battalion running into some Grens with G43s, so G43s do output more damage than those Penal Battalion's SVT rifles, but, well, with two squads, they are going to force a retreat. Pack gun shooting at the conscripts, not at what it should be. Conscripts getting on the other side of the hedge. MG42 recruit. We still have a sniper on the field. Sniper opening up on the approaching... No, nothing approaching actually. The MG42 trying to clear it out. AT guns push back. The Panzer IV is now back to full strength. Panzer IV could upgrade with a mounted gunner. And the Grens now actually have to face down their old allied tanks. The Panzer IV over here is still alive. Actually, no, this is a brand new Panzer IV. Never mind. So, you know, an equal battle here, but the stolen Panzer IV able to do some damage here on those Grens. Forces them away, and finally we see GhostEddy doing the right choice here and starting to shoot the AT guns. He destroys one. There's a second one right here. Just turn your Panzer IV and shoot it over here. You can do the same thing with a pack gun, so it's not necessary to only use a tank, but you know, keep that in mind. So yeah, finally, yeah, I approve. That is the correct choice he should have done. And like I said, he should have actually killed that AT gun earlier on. Might have not made a big change, but you know, just deny those weapons to your enemy. If you're not going to take them, destroy them. Conscripts and Penal Battalion pushing over to the right-hand side. AT guns do get taken out. The Penal Battalion and conscripts unable to recover it. Panzer IV getting some shots off on the Penal Battalion. The stolen Panzer IV getting some shots off on something. Did it actually kill something? I think it might have. It's a Grand Squad. Grand Squad is down to one man, so it might have been that. Conscripts retreating through the center, just getting shot at from all sides. Panzer IV moves in to intercept the other Panzer IV. Gunner does get crewed on the stolen Panzer IV, and they are unable to hit each other apparently as the pack gun moves forward. We do still have the sniper on the field, needs to get reinforced and healed up. And the conscripts, Penal Battalions, and everything gets forced off of the field. Once again, combat engineers move out, and on the far left-hand side we have another combat engineer squad, but that is all we have. Now, fuel-wise, HappyPhace unable to produce anything. No tech to build a tank, and the call-ins are about, well, 80 maybe? Yeah, about 80 fuel away. So that's going to take him quite a while with an income of 17. I mean, he at least has 17 now since he capped that, but he had less than that. So these caps go on. Grents moving around. These Grents could move in to harass this side a little bit and capture this point. Just continuously harass them there with at least one, infantry squad. And finally, we see actually a half-track on the field for GhostEddy. That is an excellent choice. He should have actually had that quite a while ago. And he starts reinforcing his units on the fly, which is very good for him. He'll be able to keep the front and stay aggressive. Combat engineers running into some veteran Z3 Grens with an LMG. Very quickly retreating off of the field as they have no hope whatsoever to be able to fight against that. So might as well not even try. Do keep in mind, though, that your units do gain additional veterancy when they fight veteran squads, so it'll veteran them up a little bit quicker, but, they're still going to lose the fight anyways. Conscripts and combat engineers pushing forward straight into the center where an MG42 is already waiting to cover the entire approach, not really being able to do much. Panzer IV moves in for a little bit of a flank strike. Could potentially get a shot off on that half-track, but it decides not to. Decides to attack ground on the half-track, gets a shot off on it. And we see an artillery barrage right on top of all the mines and the Panzer IV. No, that's actually not an artillery shot. That is a Sturmovik. What is it called? I forget what's it called. No, not the Sturmovik. That's the German one. I mean the Soviet one, but whatever. The strafing run there. It does actually destroy one of the mines. Other one stays alive. And we see the Grens just going for the cap there on the left-hand side. Grens pushing forward, gonna try to go cap that point. Right-hand side, combat engineers getting shot at from all sides, and, well, they're forced off. And, yeah, I mean, HappyPhace is not in a good position. Thankfully, he does have that stolen Panzer IV that he should by no means actually have, because, by all rights, it should have been destroyed by GhostEddy. He should have just shot at it and destroyed it. Sniper moving back into the base, getting a little bit shot up there. The medics need to get back. Penal Battalion just getting ripped into by the Panzer IV and the Grens. Panzer IV moves up, actually gets a shot off on that Panzer IV, doing a little bit of damage, but getting shot back in return. And on the far left, we have some conscripts running into those veteran C3 Grens. Conscripts do not actually have Molotovs. Molotovs has not gotten researched at all in this game. And that is actually a little bit more, I wouldn't say prevalent, but that's more something we've been seeing a lot more often in this patch. Molotovs have not been used too much, at least in the games that I've casted. Panzer IV moves up, takes some shots at the tier 1. The stolen Panzer IV backs off as it does get brought down to about half health, so it wants to stay alive. Grens do capture that fuel, so fuel income is down to 17. I mean, not to 17, it's down to 10 from those 17 that HappyPhace had. And GhostEddy just continues the siege. AT gun getting produced for HappyPhace, and that is a good choice, all things considered. Still has a little bit of fuel left to go to be able to get another IS-2, because I'm pretty sure he's going to go for the IS-2. Rifle nade getting shot at something. No, it looks like that's a flare, actually. Has the same noise, which I'm always thinking it's that, but yeah, you can see the flare falling there through the sky, allowing him to see, all this in front of his base. So the Panzer IV starts shooting at the ground, trying to hit, whatever is there. Ends up actually breaking a hole in the hedge. Not exactly what he wanted to do, but I guess, kind of got the message across. Back off, you're too close to my base. And we have infantry just sitting around here, starting to encroach into HappyPhace. HappyPhace mining the entrances to his base, just in a desperate attempt to stay alive. What was that? Was that an AT gun? Did it hit a mine? Oh yeah, it hit a mine. Whoa, so the Panzer IV GhostEddy actually hits a mine and gets heavy engine damage. Unable to move out of the way. It does gain veterancy too, but the Panzer IV has it at its mercy. Tiger, however, moves in to get in the way, but the Panzer IV manages to nail it with one last shot. Tiger is too scary. Hashtag too spooky. And the AT gun over here gets some shots off as the Panzer IV as well gets its veterancy 2 armored skirts. But it's just trying desperately to move out of the way. Blitzkrieg to get away. AT gun now at the mercy of the of the Tiger. Needs to move away. The base sector MG is defending it against these Grens. AT gun gonna get some shots off on the rear armor of that Tiger. The Tiger will have to get out of the way. At base, the snipers are hiding there, trying to stay alive. Panzer IV moves all the way out of the base, is now behind the lines as the Tiger moves in its direction. Gets a shot off on the Tiger. Tiger gets also a hit on the mines. Tiger is very low in health. I think GhostEddy's going to lose his Tiger. That Tiger has a destroyed engine, right? Heavy engine damage. Yeah, that Tiger's not going anywhere. Panzer IV moves down. Tiger turns its sights on it. Panzer IV gets shot. The Panzer IV is going to try to get itself around it. Does manage to get the circle strafe going. AT gun going off. Panzer IV getting shots on the rear armor. The pack gun is nearby to support. But Angles itself going to take a shot at that Panzer IV. Panzer IV gets shot on the side armor from the pack gun. And, oh, it bounces the shot. Gets away and makes it out alive. That is supremely lucky and bad news for GhostEddy. He does retreat with a lot of his forces, seeing his tank armada cripple and everything going to shit, and he decides he has to get out of there. He cannot stay here. He does have a decent amount of fuel, actually, but he does not have enough to get another Tiger. But the AT gun moves itself to the right-hand side and starts getting some shots off on that half-track. Pack gun almost takes out the sniper. And yeah, those mines right here in the front of the base, those are actually the saving grace for HappyPhace right now, allowing him to stay in this game. He's still in a bad spot, all things considered, and look at the territory. Manages to decap that point and caps the victory point on the left-hand side, so the victory points are static. He still has 288 left, so, you know, still a little bit more than halfway for the victory points, so, you know, he's bought himself some time, but not exactly sure. Panzer IV coming back onto the field at full strength. AT gun looking in this direction, and the Panzer IV gets right across its angle. It sees the AT gun as the members on it are nearby. Actually, no, it doesn't. This doesn't even see the AT gun. Those were the members of the MG42. Yeah, it's an MG42 member, so it gets shot and then shoots back in return. Panzer IV taking some damage. We see another strafing run coming down by that plane. I forget what it's called, but the IS-2 is now back on the field for HappyPhace, and that is not good for GhostEddy. Shots goes off, gets the Grand Squad down to one man, forces it away. The pack gun cloaks right now and tries to make itself tries to make. Oh my God, I can't speak. What's wrong with my tongue? It tries to make its way back. That's what I'm trying to say. Turns towards the IS-2. IS-2 getting shot from the pack gun. The MG42 being the target right now of the IS-2. Gets shot in the frontal armor and gets penetrated with a target weak point shot. Getting a... Well, actually, I don't know if it's target weak point, but shot goes off. Pack gun down to 2 men. IS-2 backs off. We still have a Panzer IV left anyways, so he's going to be fine. Sniper on the left-hand side running into some Grens. Grens getting shot. Grens shooting back at the sniper, but the sniper stays alive and retreats. Did we see a plane crash? I think we did. I think a plane just crashed against this and killed the combat engineers. Look at them. They're dead, and there's a big explosion here. I wish I would have seen that. But yeah, I mean, there is the gunner on top of this and the gunner on top of the IS-2, and those guns on top are actually very good at shooting down planes. So that's why you don't exclusively need like the anti-air half-track or the Ostwind. I mean, those, you know, they help, but you know, it's not the only thing. Grens on the left-hand side getting shot up. They actually dropped an LMG over here at some point. Not sure if it was that squad or somebody else, but that's not good. Pios pushing forward as the Tiger moves in. The IS-2 is on the left-hand side, currently damaged. The Panzer IV is currently getting repaired. It needs to move in that direction. The AT gun is still nearby. It's in the center, getting shot at by the half-track Tiger and IS-2. Tiger Ace wins here, but I think the Tiger doesn't necessarily win against the IS-2, but the IS-2 was damaged. Panzer IV blitzkrieging past all the enemies, getting right on top of that Tiger. It's gonna defend its master, and it needs to get all up in there, right on top of that Tiger, even potentially just blocking its path. Shots continue to fly. The Tiger is taking some damage, but it is inflicting a lot of damage on that IS-2. The IS-2 backs off, still damaged. Gets targeted weak point, essentially. Well, no, I mean, it gets some crew shock. Second crew shock goes down. Combat engineers trying to repair it on the fly. The Panzer IV trying to obstruct the path of retreat of the Tiger as the AT gun moves in to get some shots off on it. Penal Battalion trying to stop the pack gun. They do actually manage to do that. The AT gun is nearby, getting some shots off on the Tiger. The Tiger getting more shots off on the IS-2. The IS-2 crawling out of the way. The Panzer IV now going to be the target of the Tiger. Hits a mine. That mine got laid down very early in the game, only now coming into play and being very effective. Tiger down to a sliver of health. The Panzer IV is going to just front it, and down goes the Tiger. HappyPhace still in this, still able to get a lot of kills, and well, I mean, there's still 145 fuel for GhostEddy, so I mean, victory point wise, he still has 411, so he's not in too bad of a spot. Pack gun turns itself around, gets a nice shot off on that Panzer IV. Panzer IV forced to back off, needs to get itself out of there. Probably even hit Blitzkrieg if it can, although it does not have enough munitions to do so, and then head its way back home. Combat engineers repairing that IS-2. IS-2 at about half strength. AT gun moving back out. Sniper moving in. We have the MG-42 shooting at the conscripts. Shot goes off from the sniper. Gets that MG-42. The Gurens up in the north are trying to hunt down that Panzer IV. The Panzer IV jukes and turns its way back through the center as the Gurens probably were going to try to intercept it down that road. Gets a shot off on those Gurens. The Gurens are going to try to chase it down, but the Panzer IV is too fast, too quick, too nimble, and it will make it out of there just fine. Pack gun still slowly crawling out of the way since it does have that camouflage ability that it gains with veterancy. Sniper shots go off. The Gurens getting, well, shot. And the snipers, well, that's a very difficult situation for the snipers. They get a shot off. Pack gun shoots off at that Panzer IV, and the Panzer IV finally goes down. It did serve the motherland quite excellently, and the pack gun gets destroyed. IS-2 back to full strength, pushes back onto the field. The pack gun is currently disabled, well, not disabled, but decrewed. IS-2, target that and destroy it. Target it now. HappyPhace, you need to do it. Just get that and hit this one, attack move, and attack that. No, you're doing it wrong. HappyPhace, come on, just destroy that. You're not going to get it yourself. Make sure that your enemy can't get it again. So, whatever. That's fine. Penal Battalion moves to the right-hand side. She's going to go cap some fuel. We got infantry now moving freely and moving happily all around the place for HappyPhace, just getting more stuff. IS-2 runs into some squads. I think it destroyed a Grand squad, or was that a Pio squad? I think that was a Pio squad. MG-42 also getting shot at, but let's see, was that a Grand squad or a Pio squad? They had... That was a Grand squad, actually. Yeah, that was... Yeah, you can see the G-43s there. That was a Grand squad. That is quite unfortunate there for GhostEddy. So GhostEddy does not have much else left. He does have 230 fuel, so he could potentially get himself another Tiger, and I think that's probably going to be what he's going to try to do and see if he can actually take on that IS-2. He did manage to take out that stolen Panzer IV, so he knows that tank-wise he really shouldn't have much. But the IS-2 is now just barreling into his base, getting a lot of damage in. You can see here that GhostEddy is not even reinforcing his troops because he's saving that manpower to be able to call in that Tiger. And there he goes, Tiger calling into the field, running down the field. This is probably going to be GhostEddy's last stand as he only has 3 Grenadier squads left on the field and no Pios even to repair. Shot goes off, nails another of the Grand squads, less Grand squads to deal with. Grand squad in the center currently going for some cap, running into a lot of stuff. Pack gun getting recruits, sniper just running out of the way. Tiger getting some shots off on that Penal Battalion. The IS-2 moving back and getting some shots off on the Grens. The Grens forced to back off. Pack gun getting rifle naded. AT guns already set up in the center of the map, getting shot after shot off on that Tiger. IS-2 moves in. Tiger already down to about 30% strength. Shots continue to fly. The pack guns and AT guns are no longer able to shoot back at the Tiger, but the IS-2 is able to just finish it off with one last place shot, and down goes the Tiger. 2 Grand squads left for GhostEddy. Just lucky, he says. There was some luck. Your IS do not die, so he says. And there goes, playback over, game is done. But yeah, I mean, there was some luck involved, but it was a very reckless engagement here where when he sent the Tiger in. He was trying to finish the game, but you know, those mines and things that got placed, you know, turned the game essentially for HappyPhace. But very nice. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.